If you watch the news, you don't see a lot of coverage on it. But there has been a war going on between Ukraine and Russia, primarily in the eastern provinces. There have been a lot of refugees coming from eastern Ukraine more into the central part of the country. And they're war refugees. They're in serious need. According to statistics, there are about 25,000 refugees. Unofficially, though, there are over 125,000 refugees. And these are people who had homes, they had businesses. Sat down with a couple on my last trip, as this was an elderly couple. And they were sitting in their apartment, and one day, Russian soldiers knocked on their door and said, "You are not for Russia, you are for Ukraine, you must leave." And they literally ushered them out of their apartment. And they were in the street, walking, looking back at their apartment, and they saw as their apartment building was leveled. They didn't have food to eat. They didn't have money for food. And so we started a soup kitchen in that city. And right now, that soup kitchen's feeding 30 people. Chevra is a Hebrew word that means friendship. And it signifies the fact that we want to be friends. We want to be helpful to people in need. For $33 a month, we can feed somebody 5 days a week for a whole month. And they're getting good, solid food, warm, hot meals. We also give out food parcels, so they'll have something at home. We need people who not only will send a one-time donation, but if we can have regular giving, it enables us to be able to commit to add more people for the next year. Because when people are invited to a soup kitchen, you can't feed them for a month and then say, okay, we don't have money this month, so you have to go home. You have to make a commitment to them. So we need people who will commit to giving regularly. They could give $33 a month. They could give it in multiples. If they could give $330 a month, they could feed 10 people for each month. We're operating a soup kitchen in a city called Drahovich, and this old lady named Rita was sitting towards the back, and she saw me and she motioned for me to come over. She said, "Before communism ended, I was the chief physician for this region, and now I'm living on $35 a month. If it were not for this soup kitchen, I would be dead. And all these people you see here, if it weren't for the soup kitchen, they would be dead. So I'm telling you, we are grateful." It made me very aware that these soup kitchens are the difference between life and death for people. And we're showing kindness to them and help to them. We're being friends to them.